Good Tuesday evening to you, friends and neighbors. It is good to see you all. It is good to be seen by you all. I, of course, the one being glad to do the seeing and being seen, am the one and only, get over here, window, am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear, hopefully, on a Tuesday evening. How the heck are you, everyone? I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic evening tonight. And I am glad you are here, everybody. Um, but anyway, who all is out there? Welcome, Doc Flamingo TXG. Timothy, get back in that green room. Rabbit Wrangler, Daniel Rowan, Paul Ravenscall. Nice to have a member of the Corvid family joining us tonight. Gary Bovey, Gonzalo Lira's Bar Tab, and Damien X247. How are you, folks? I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad I'm all here. I'm glad I'm here at all. Welcome to the live stream, folks. Welcome. Let me tell you a little bit about what we do around these parts if you are not aware. That is quite the mouthful, isn't it? Tonight on this live stream, for your entertainment and hopefully everyone else's, we're going to be playing some first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Now, what does he mean, you might ask about that? Well, stick around and I'll let you know. But also, before I forget, let me ask you a favor. If you would please be so kind as to click the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications, and you will find out when we are going to do these live streams. I do them 5 nights a week, but what we do on given nights, well, it helps if you subscribe. It helps me. It helps you. It helps everybody. So please click the subscribe button. And even if you're watching this later, if you're catching this tomorrow night at some point in the future, greeting future person, I greet you in the name of us in the past. If that's the case, give this video a thumbs up regardless, and leave a comment down below and tell me what you liked about it. So tonight we are playing first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. It is the way classic TTRPGs are made to be played around here. You'll find there's no scripts, there's no plan. There's a module, but anything could happen, folks. We could get 10 minutes into this game and we're rolling up new characters, because that's just how things go around here when you play an RPG and not just pretend to play an RPG, because we don't do that around here. We actually play D&D. And I have got a hell of a fun group of players ready to actually play some D&D with us tonight. So why don't I stop my rambling and we'll bring them on tonight. Let me get my headphones on here. Sound all professional now. Everybody, please welcome my group of super cool adventurers tonight. And I will bring them in. This first cat is an awesome guy. He's got his own channel here on YouTube. He's working on a project right now that if you play classic AD&D, really it's gonna kind of be your pocket guide. I think that maybe I'm overstating it, but you guys should definitely check it out. He's, like I said, he's got a YouTube channel here. You can find him at Doomswords. So everybody, please welcome, as Dirk Donagard the Paladin, Doomsword Deathmaster. Good evening to you, sir.
Hey, good evening. What's up?
Nothing but the rent, my friend. Nothing but the rent. All right. And next up to bat, speaking of people who have YouTube channels around here, we have D&D Disability. That's Thane Kyle. You can find him at D&D Disability right here on YouTube, where he covers a wide variety of topics. They're all good and they're all worth a subscribe. So please, everybody, welcome Thane Kyle as Holder the Cleric.
Greetings all. Just started the first series for my college course. So if you want a free college course in world history, or at least, well, Western Civ, feel free. No tests, no papers.
Woohoo! I was told there would be no math. All right. So speaking of people who have a YouTube channel, my next player stepping up, he's a magic user. His character is a magic user. He may be a magic user too. I don't know. Okay. I don't understand physics. So let's see if we can figure it out together. This is next up. We have a guy, again, he's got his own YouTube channel here. It's a lot of fun to talk to. I've done videos on his channel. He's done videos on my channel. We hang out. We have a lot of fun. He plays D&D with us. Everybody, please welcome Timothy M. Holt. You can find him at Timothy M. Holt. And tonight he is Elminar, the magic user. Tim, how the hell are you?
Oh, another day.
Another day, another gold piece. Exactly. All right. And last and absolutely not least, we have a guy. You know what? He's like the man with no name from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or High Plains Drifter. He doesn't need a YouTube channel. He's that mysterious. Everybody, please welcome Kevin as Don Drexel, the magic user thief. Kevin, come in. How are you?
Was it the Rye or the Kaiser?
I'm sorry, was it the what?
Was it the Rye or the Kaiser? Or the wheat or the white?
I think it was the wheat.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why I'm late.
Well, there you go. All right. So, welcome back, gentlemen. Last week...
I just finally caught the Weird Al song he was talking about.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Took me a minute.
Took you a minute. Okay. So, last week, the party had broken down the door of yet another room full of gnolls. You were laying into your opponents. They had drawn steel. I believe we were at the top of the order. And yes, we do actually have this. Let's see. Is table cam going to work tonight? No, it absolutely is not. How about tripod cam? There we go. Tripod cam is getting it together here. I tested all of these like literally 15 minutes before the show. So anyway.
That's what she said.
That's what, yeah. Let's see. Where did I put my pointer? Well, look, fortunately, there's one at the end of my hand. Hello, Off-Grid Gaming. Welcome to you. So, right there, you can see it. You have backed the gnolls up into the room. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Don Drexel and Doomsword, and following suit, of course, you had Paul, your fighting man, had rushed forward to fight them. Was that not the case?
Yeah, Derek had definitely done that, and Paul had done that, and
Okay.
I want to say Don Drexel got out of there, but I can't remember.
I was casting hold person.
Okay. Kevin, had Don Drexel rushed into the room also?
No.
No, he had not. Okay.
Not that I recall.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, so we have some hold monster spells, or hold persons spells, about to be cast here. So I have rearranged your miniatures, hopefully to look a little bit better. Let's go ahead and I think. Oh, I know what I needed to do. I needed to bring up DD Dice, which is a nice die rolling program, and that's all I'm going to say, because every time I heap lots of praise on it, it goes down. So, which is not. I don't blame them. It's a wonderful product. It's just it asks a lot.
You drive so much traffic to it when you mention, Bill, that their server gets overloaded and it crashes.
That must be it. That must be it. You see, and we're having let's see. So let me just get that stream key real quick.
The last I saw was a 2.
Okay. Hang on a second. I just need to adjust the DD Dice setting. Hang on. So, we'd use an on-screen. Whoops! Come on, copy for me, please. We use an on-screen dice roller here, guys. That gives us a nice 3D dice. So, hopefully, it's working now. All right. So, I have 3 saving throws to make in this round, but we'll need to roll initiative, and we'll start at the top of the order, which I believe is you, Dooms. Give us a d6 roll for initiative, please.
I will. Can I ask a question?
You may.
Yeah, is so we've got that obstruction in the way, that big table that's turned over on its side.
Yes.
Is there since these guys are, I don't know how big the table is versus their height. Can I still attack them? Or
Oh yeah.
do I need to, like-
You can no. You can absolutely attack them. The table is not high enough to save them from getting a good thwacking from a sword. So fear not.
Okay, thank you.
You are quite welcome. I am still having problems with my die roller, but I will report to you folks out there in TV land. So I got a 6. Party got a 5 on initiative. So party will go first. Melee attacks happening first. Go ahead and roll for yourself, Doom Sword.
Wait.
You got a 6.
You got a 6 and we got a 5.
No.
That means you go first, Bill.
Hang on a second. The die roll is
I'm glad y'all heard that because I thought I was hallucinating.
I thought I was having a stroke, but
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
as you insist, Hyena Dawn rolls a 15. That becomes a 13. That is not going to hit you, Durek. That one is on Paul. A 16 becomes a 13, becomes a 14, which is not going to hit Paul. So, we've got. Let me check the layout there. Yeah, they're just attacking with hand axes, so they're not going to hit. But they do have some saving throws to make. I've got. So let's see. First
That'll
one, actually,
probably pass.
I will double check it. That one does not.
Yeah.
We got a 15 and a 20. And the last one is a 7. So one saving throw made for one of those fighting up front. Let's have some counterattacks and start with you, Dirk.
All right, I'll attack the one that's that made his saving throw. That's not disabled.
Okay.
Assuming I can get to him.
Alrighty.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. Okay. I tell you what, Kevin, go ahead and roll for Paul, the NPC.
Okay. Yeah, he fails critically. I got a 1.
Fortunately, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons First Edition is one of those where, if you needed a 20 to hit, a 1 is as good as a 19.
Yep, agreed.
So, the hold person went off. Yeah, so a couple of them are now held. The others are looking rather confused, but they're gritting their teeth and growling. Let's start back at the top of the rotation. Durek, are you going to continue to fight?
Indeed.
Holder, are you holdering the line, as it were?
I'm going to implore the other gnolls to surrender, that we have their friends held hostage, and that they should give up now.
Alrighty. Let's roll to see if. Well, you know what? We'll get to that at the appropriate time. All right, Tim. What is Elminar doing in the new round?
I have a level 3. I only have one level 3 spell left and one level 1 spell left before we have a rest period.
Okay.
And we're what, 6 to? We have 6 gnolls we're fighting. Do I have that correct?
Looks like 4 of them crammed into the room.
4 of them.
2 of
crammed
which
into
are
the
held.
room.
Yes,
2 of
2
which
of
are
them.
held.
Yes.
Okay, I was going to cast a haste spell, but I will hold that back because so far they haven't seemed to hit anything.
Alrighty. And last but not least, Kevin, what is Don Drexel going to do?
Lightning bolt would kill us all.
Yeah, no. Are there... So, there are... How many in there? There's 4?
There are 4, and a couple appear to be held.
Right. But are there some that are not held that are not in melee?
There's one in the back that's held and one in the front that's held. So there are two kind of
Okay.
over on the flank. If you look on the screen, Paul's miniature is the one in the blue cloak.
Right.
So yeah, there's a couple over there that are still capable of fighting.
Okay. I'm going to use my sling and try to attack the one in the back that's not held.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. And next up, actually, would be the indisability. Let's see if I've got it working there. You go ahead and roll.
I don't know what that is. I think it's a 3.
It is a 3.
It's frozen on my side.
And I got a 1. So party goes first, and we'll start at we start with missile fire. Kevin, go ahead and let fly with John Drexel's slingstone.
Okay. I only get a +1 on this one.
Slingstone. It's a slingstone.
9. That's likely a miss.
Almost certainly is. Let me.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
No, please stop. No more violence.
Okay. Oh, and you are you are calling out to them. So I will. We'll see what the result of your parlay was. Kevin, what level thief are you?
I'm a level 7 thief.
You are a level 7 thief. Wow. Guess what? You hit a gnoll. Oh, wait,
okay.
Wait. Hang on. We have to see if you clipped a. Oh dear. All right. What?
I was attacking one in the back though, right? So he's not melee.
I don't like it when the DM says, "Oh dear." That's not
Okay. So roll 1d4 to see to see how badly you injured Paul when you just brained him with a sling bullet.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. What'd you get?
I got a 4.
A 4. Whack. Ow! Oh!
I just healed those points.
All right, so 4 points of damage there. That was, what was the last thing that went through your mind? A sling bullet. All right, so I think that finishes.
Thank you, Gonzalo.
Any spell casting? Oh, Gonzalo! Thank you. Kick his ass, Paul. Sorry, Kevin. Gonzalo paid for it.
That's fine. I mean, good
Kick
luck.
him in the nards.
Lightning bolt.
We're just all die and roll up new characters.
I do have a fireball, but that probably will kill me too.
Oh, like the lightning bolt wouldn't.
I'm at full hits. I might live.
Okay, so let's see.
Enough to crawl out while bleeding out. Sure.
You have begged them to stop. All right, Dooms, go ahead and make your melee attack.
You have merely delayed the inevitable. All right.
A 14.
That
That
AC
will
2.
hit. That will absolutely hit.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Okay, Kevin, roll for Paul, please.
Okay. 1. That's the second one in a row.
That is going to miss. So Paul will miss. You guys are getting it out of your system before a big important battle. That's what's going on. I see what you're doing. Okay, so that is going to end the round. The gnolls, a couple, and you speak gnollish,
I do.
correct?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I that was more aimed at Holdor. You speak gnollish, correct?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, they look at you kind of confused and are like, unfortunately, parlay really only works when you speak their language. So,
Doesn't mean I'm not going to try.
That's fine. No, you know what? That's absolutely acceptable. A 14 is going to miss Paul in melee, and a 7 is absolutely gonna miss Durek in melee. So next round up, gentlemen, state your intentions. What is Durek doing?
I'm going to continue trying to kill this one.
Alrighty.
I brought a gnoll translator.
Oh dear. All right. Well, assuming that's not a material component for bark skin. You see what I did there? Bark skin. Is Elminar going to spend his last spell, or you just kind of?
I'll do a magic missile. It's my
All right.
last magic missile.
Okay. And finally, Kevin, how about Don Drexel?
Well, I was going to use the stone, but I guess is there space for me to get in there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can
All right.
you can push past where Dirk is standing and either fight one of the two that are closer to Paul, or you can coup de grace the one that is just sort of stuck trying to come around the end of the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, he probably doesn't need it. Let me attack. If I can attack the one that Paul's attacking, I'll do that.
You cannot. That you
Okay.
have to.
Well,
push
then I guess I will just coup de grace that guy so I can stand on his corpse next round.
Okay. So you're moving in this round. Tim is casting his last magic missile. Holder is yelling, "No blasters, no blasters." Durek is slashing, and Paul is smashing. Let's roll initiative. Tim, I believe it's over to you.
I don't know if I can take the responsibility.
Come on, you guys have been on
2.
fire tonight. By which I mean a fireball detonates in the room. And I got a 5. Okay. My apologies again to those who can't see. Don't know what's going on with DD Dice and why it's not coming across, but I'll try and fix it. All right, so I got a 5. They go first. Noel versus Paul. 17 becomes a 15, and that will hit him, I believe. Let's have a quick glance at the chart.
We don't do Thaco here.
15, we do not. That will actually not hit Paul. Paul has a pretty meaty armor class, and that will not hit him. 17 also becomes a 15, and Durek's like -1 or -2, so that won't hit him. Magic missile, Tim. Magic missile, this Noel.
3d4 plus 3, so I rolled a grand total of 5. That brings it to 8.
8. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a dice cam, Gonzalo. I'm sorry. I foolishly thought everything was going to work tonight. I mean, here's what is it? The table cam that I switched on and was working just fine. So
Foolish tech guy.
my night to be bitten by tech bugs, I guess. Okay. I should write a science fiction story about that. Anyhow, moving right along. So we start at the top of the rotation. Durek, do something awful to them.
That'll be a hit.
That will absolutely do something awful to him.
If I could do better damage, it's 3.
Okay, all right. It is absolutely the dice. It's not me. It's not some weird decision I'm making. You have been snake bit on damage for like 3 sessions in a row.
The D12 is tired.
I'm not making fun of you. I don't. Oh my God, I feel for you. I genuinely, you should be rolling like 6s, 7s on average.
Yeah.
But I think since you walked into the steading, or into the stockade rather, I think you've been dealing out like on average 3 points of damage. It's
pretty poor, but yeah. I'm saving them for the important stuff.
There you go for the big throwdown when you guys punch your way into the dungeon. Okay, Kevin, please roll for Paul.
There is something to be said for D12s being really swingy dice as well, where they can do really well or really poorly.
Paul is not doing well today.
Paul's not doing well in general, but that's 3 times better than his last 2 rolls. So, alrighty. So it's a new round. They're continuing to fight. I think they both missed. So we're just following it down, same as before. But Tim, Elminar is not casting any spells in this round, or is he? You tell me.
I'm going to ask my party the question, would you like me to cast my last spell and cast haste on the fighters? Because if nobody's familiar, is everybody familiar with that? Because it's kind of a funny one.
Yes, haste will essentially double your attacks and movement.
Right, and it's going to do it for like the whole party, basically.
Mm-hmm. It's I call it haste ball.
Yeah,
it's like fireball, but it covers everyone with haste.
Yeah, would Dirk, D&D's ability, come on. Anybody want me to cast it? I'm happy to. Everybody's on mute.
I don't have a horse in this race. I'm not in melee. Like I don't get in melee.
I mean, you could
if melee.
So that's what you've got memorized for 3rd level right now.
That's that and lightning bolt are the only 2 I've got memorized for 3rd level right now.
Right. I mean, if if you save them, if that means that we can continue traveling without resting, then that's advantageous, and that's a pretty good couple of spells to have.
All right, well, lightning bolt I've already used. I've already used one of them, right? So,
right.
We got to save the second one. I'll just save it. Okay.
Yeah, I'd advise just saving it because we've been doing the whole 5-minute adventuring day thing recently. Like I've been barely burning through my cleric spells. You know, I still have continual light and prayer and the hold person and the silence and the sticks to snakes and bless and the cure light wounds.
Lord Misfit, nothing can make me age a year because I already suffer from pre-rigor mortis.
All right, so melee is going to continue. No haste spells being cast. Kevin, let me move Don Drexel's miniature in so everyone can get a good look at where you are now standing. So you're going to coup de grace this gnoll. Sorry, it just occurred to me my body was probably blocking the mic. You're going to coup de grace this gnoll, correct, Kevin?
Yeah, it's the one behind your hand. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, right here.
Yeah.
And so there's a couple still up here fighting. Your redoubtable thief is saying, "Come on, don't damage anything valuable they have that we might need that I might want." All right, let's go ahead and roll initiative, and I think we got all the way down to you, Kevin.
All right. Let's find out what happens.
I got a 5.
I got a 2.
Party got a 2. Okay. No 2 and no 1. It can be done. They can fight anything under the sun. That doesn't mean they'll hit. So that is a miss on Paul. That is absolutely a miss on Durek. If we're counting Durek's protection from evil, then that gnoll actually unhit. he did undamage to you, Durek. All right.
It's now awkward.
It's now awkward. Okay, Dooms, go ahead and make your attack, please.
Alrighty.
I see a 15. That will absolutely hit. This is
let's see if we can do a little better here.
Yeah.
That's a little better.
That's 7. A little better. Yeah, he's looking pretty haggard. Michael Dale asks if he pays 50, but I don't know. Super chat it. Let's see if you get out of Hawk with me, Michael. All right. Next up, Kevin, roll for Paul, please.
Right. I got a 10 this time. He's getting up there.
A 10 with bonuses is actually going to hit.
All right. So larger.
Large versus
Okay.
large.
Okay. Let me not roll those other dice. It was trying to do it again, Bill. 7.
Oh, was it trying to just like, here's all the dice, dump.
Yeah, here's some Cthulhu dice for you if you want them.
So, once again, somebody playing a Call of Cthulhu game is, I almost rolled these blue D&D dice. What the hell?
Here's the 50 dice I've rolled. Just pick the one you want.
Yeah. I was talking about this the other day, just about you guys have not done this, and you've never even joked about this. This is not directed at anyone. But you ever have those players at a table and they'll sit there and randomly roll a die and say, "Oh, I rolled a 20. Can I keep that for the next combat?" Like, no.
Oh yeah.
I'm reasonably certain I'd smack that person.
It's yeah.
Every so often, one of my players will roll like a die, and then like that, but like while asking to do something, and assuming that they know what the roll they need to make is, and I tell them they don't need to roll, and then they're like, "Well, can I keep that 15?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah. Or my favorite is encountering players who don't realize that I can easily do the math for percentile or a d20, and they roll. Oh, I rolled percentiles. Yeah, no, it's a 5. I did the math. You didn't succeed. You're fine. Just keep those. Which is a little mean of me, I know. All right, so we had our hits. The gnolls. I think I missed you guys. So, gentlemen, they will continue to fight. You will continue to fight. Kevin, the gnoll that you coup de grace, the one that was held, you just drive your dagger up in, and he falls dead. So there are 2 still fighting. What are you doing in this round?
Can I stand on that guy to get to the knoll behind him and attack?
Yeah, pushing him aside is not a problem.
Yeah. Now that he's not actively in the way.
Yeah.
I guess he was passively in the way last round too, but still. Yeah.
You really want to dance on the body of the dead? Oh man.
Yes.
In the pale
case,
moonlight?
yes.
Oh no, that's
as long as we know, man. As long as we know.
Gonzalo was appalled at the height of Knowles. What? You never heard of Manute Knoll, the basketball player? All right, let's roll initiative, and I think Kevin, had we gotten to you, or had we?
Yeah, I rolled a 2. So it's,
all right, I thought
back
so.
to Durek.
Dooms, give me a d6 roll for initiative, please. I got a 1. The party will go first. Kevin, you don't really have to move far to get over onto this guy's flank. So, ouch, Gonzalo just gave me a negative $1,000 super chat. I'm going to have a hard time explaining that to the wife when she sees that hit the bank account tomorrow. All right, so...
Hey, as
as
long as it doesn't say OnlyFans on it, you got a shot, man.
Maybe. Dooms, go ahead and roll. 8.
Yeah, that's a mess.
That's a miss. Okay. Kevin, roll for Paul.
All right. He hit once before. There you go. It's the same roll.
Not this time. Kevin, roll for yourself.
Okay. Let's see what I got here. This is +3. Okay. Not -3. Okay. Better. It's a 7, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so the 2 that are fighting, they are fighting desperately. A 17, that becomes a 15. That may actually... Dooms, what is your armor class again, sir?
That would be 0.
17. Oh, that was close. You just rear back as that scimitar blade swings at you, narrowly missing you. All right, so Paul that's just a clean miss. So that's the end of the gnoll attacks, and the gnoll in the back said everyone attack. So let's go ahead and do some initiative for melee. And I think Tim, it is your turn. So give us a D6,
No,
please.
I did last time. It's Don Drexel's turn.
Oh, damn it.
Sorry. I do apologize.
All right. Let's see if the black D6 likes you guys better. It sure does not. Or no, it does. I rolled a 1 with the black D6.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, Gnolls, size 12. That's right. Minute Knoll. Gonzalo's just laying the tips out. I appreciate it. I got that jar up. I'm like Billy Joel, you know. All right. So, party goes first. Dooms, show them how it's done. This is my buddy Doomsword from right here in my neck of the woods. 11, 12.
It's AC 4.
That will absolutely hit. And you have nicked this guy up good. Can you finish him?
There
Yes, you can. You lop his head off and he goes down. Hey, Thane, why don't you roll for Paul, since you've kind of been sitting there on your hands for a while?
No worries.
Sounds like a good idea.
It's what I chose for playing a pacifist, and there you go. Not any better.
Not any better. Okay, Kevin, how about you? You bring the pain, Kevin.
Okay, let's try it. 21.
That will hit.
There
So
you go.
Scimitar versus large is still only 8, but
Yep.
you know,
It is 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. All right, so he is.
Pink.
He is.
Hello, me. Meet the real me.
Braying and barking and yipping for assistance. Oh, okay. That's right. You know who is the Lord of the Gnolls, and he's 12 feet tall. All right. In the new round, folks, what are we doing? Doomsword, is Dirk going to continue attack? Holder, are you going to continue to negotiate?
So I can jump over and attack the one. So the one on Kevin's the only one left, right? Or the one that Don Drexel is on, rather.
Yeah, this one's not. He's not going to be out of reach. So yeah, you can attack him.
All right,
I
Paul,
am.
dispatch these cretins, and that's what.
Yeah, I'm not really negotiating at this point. I tried. I made what I consider an honest effort.
You gave it a college try, and they're continuing to try and murder faces. So, all right, Tim, Elminar, just kind of hanging back and watching the fireworks.
I'm just watching.
All right, and Kevin, Don Drexel is trying to put a little steel to this guy, right?
That's right. Yep. He's still up, so.
Okay, so I think we've come back around to Doomsword for initiative. I need like a little slider thing on my monitor so I can keep track of that, just pointed at you guys as you move. So roll a d6, my friend. All right, the Gnolls will go first, and a couple of things are happening. Hang on 1 second while I may be able to stand up and do it. All right, so the door to the east flies open. 2 Gnolls look out. They're basically spending this round turning and seeing what is going on and what the hell all the racket is. They will basically have to spend this round moving up, and it's at that point that the dude says, "Oh hell no, I got this," and he draws his hobgoblin short sword and turns to face them. What is Holder going to do in the round?
I will burn my other hold person.
A wise choice, sir. All right, Kevin, how about Don Drexel?
Yeah, I'm going to attack this guy. No spells.
All right. All right, Kevin. Sorry, Tim. With that change of landscape, and I will tell you, the hallway to the south is not long enough to not get a forked lightning bolt or even a straight lightning bolt ricocheted back into you guys. Is there anything Elminar wants to do other than try not to get hit?
So what you're saying is, if I shoot lightning bolt, we're going to die. Yeah.
You most absolutely are going to die. Listen, Durek and Don Drexel and Paul are going to be fine.
So what's the problem?
Kill you, sir. Never kill you. Oh, I'd live just fine.
Well, I think I'm going to go in the room and pull out my dagger and start to try to chop dog creatures.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna jump into the room. All right. Let's go ahead.
Join
and
the
roll.
melee. Even though my
melee.
armor class is awful, I'm going to join the melee.
Oh, there's only one of them. So. All right. Now I believe it is your turn, Thane, for initiative. Roll a d6, please.
Sure. I'm not sure how the order got kind of screwed up.
I got a
thought I
2.
went after Dooms. Oh God! Please, cursor. There we go. My cursor's lagging. Okay, let's see. 3.
And the party got a 3. The party goes first. Party. Why? Because you've gotta. Go ahead, Dooms, and make your melee.
That's a 14. Hits AC2.
That absolutely hits. And he had taken a couple of hits before.
10.
Oh, right, 10. He absolutely didn't like that. Kevin, go ahead and roll for Paul and then yourself. Or yourself and then Paul. That's fine.
We'll do Paul first. Ooh, he hit. 18.
That is a hit. That is a D12. He is
D12
swinging
this
that
time.
longsword.
Yep. He got a 7.
Brilliant.
7 with bonuses. And Durek had rolled a 10. So Paul with his bonuses and that 7, you guys hack the last one down. He slumps over the table, and you see Elminar rush in, and Elminar stabs him as he's lying across the table. So there you go, Elminar. You see this gnoll, and you just rush in, and you give him a stab. So I've got two saving throws. Am I at a negative on my saving throws, Thane Kyle?
It's only a negative if I target one of the two, and I'm going to target both. I suppose I can't, because I can get up to 3 targets. I don't suppose I can get the other one, like one of the two, twice, can I?
No, unfortunately not. It's alas, it's not a volumetric spell. All right, the first one does not make his saving throw. The second one absolutely doesn't make his saving throw, and the dude's dagger attack will actually go before your spell will go off, but he misses anyway. If you want to cast Hold Person on the now NPC, the dude, I don't care, but if that's where you want to burn that last one. Hey, what are you?
No, I like him. He's equally as inept as I am.
You can put him in a jockey outfit and stand him out in the courtyard.
I was thinking we can just disembowel an owl and stick him in there.
And keep him warm?
Yeah. And just be done with it.
What's the internal body temperature of a tauntaun? Lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
All right. You try and drive a gnoll like gnoll like a mech suit, just pull on the tendons and all right. So those 2 gnolls are now held. All the gnolls in the room are slain. You may dispense with the gnolls in the hallway as you see fit. Or if you see fit to dispense of them in the hallway.
Then we must vanquish that evil. We have dallied too long in this upper level.
Okay. So if nobody stops Paul, he goes outside and finishes those 2 gnolls.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop.
And he's good at it.
I'm going to give him a high 5 when he's done.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him 10 gold pieces.
Here's your reward for dispatch. Next time, collect their ears, please.
Yeah.
Well, what body parts specifically would you care for? They're right here.
Remember,
There's all-
we don't want to get Bill this chart or the bad check mark from YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Minecraft, it's just whatever a horrible war crime you're about to say, just conclude it with in Minecraft. Anyway, so you have now dispatched all the gnolls that you were facing, and
I wonder if it works if you say in Fortnite afterwards.
possibly. I mean, the meme is in Minecraft, but you could probably get away with saying in Fortnite or, in Doom, in original. I don't know.
In the Marvel universe, because
In the
everything
Marvel
happens in
universe.
the
There you go. I like that one. In Dungeons and Dragons. All right. So the gnolls are slain. They do have some coin on them. You collect a fair bit of coin, actually. You collect about 20 electrum and 8 gold pieces. So the 8 gold pieces were actually on the largest gnoll in the back, who was taller, broader shouldered, had a meaner look, scar running across his snout. And yes, if you want to picture its live journal in 2009, somebody probably drew an OC of him. So gnolls are all dead, pools of gnoll blood around the floor. Nothing has come looking for you guys. What do you wish to do next?
I'm going to suggest we take a look at Grimsby's map, and we need to figure out how to try to dispatch the greater evils, because we're leaving this place and it's getting repopulated, and we're not really accomplishing the goal. So I'd like to see what we have, where we have, delved before, not necessarily us, but the party.
Indeed.
And try
Gnolls are
to
cowardly characters,
get
and they
from
shall
there.
flee.
I would.
We must get at the heart of this evil and destroy it.
Yeah, I can see us press on. Just warn me before we do anything too brash. I still have some blessings, so but they have to be typically cast before the violence starts out, particularly bless.
Well, we have visited those stairs in the past, so we never descended them. And I would assume such would be a time that your blessing may come in handy.
Alrighty. So,
is the party ready to move on, or do we need to hold up and rest first?
I basically have one level 3 spell left, and that's essentially it.
It is awesome, though, right? I mean, you can certainly rest him if you want to, but
No,
if that thing is going to haste everybody,
yeah, it's big enough. I mean, I'm high enough level I can haste everybody if you're standing close enough together. So I think we can go on for a
it kind of
bit.
leaves you out.
Yeah, we can go on for a bit. Shouldn't
This
be a
band
big
has
problem.
one more battle in it yet. Is that
That's
what you were
right.
telling me?
We can push on and do one more battle. If I have
I'm
to,
brave Elvenar.
I can poke them in the eye with my dagger.
Your combat prowess exceeds what I thought you were capable of. Well done.
all right. So, let me basically past this room. Where you guys have to go is you can go north to where you had met the madman, and he had his sort of his hold fast there in the northwest branch of the steading. Or if you want to head back to the kitchen area, you would turn right.
Well, we've got that nice covered spot in the terrain there.
Right. Well, the kitchen man's place was that was early on in this. We went south of that and west of that. I feel like we're closer to the entrance down. Do we have Grimsby's map still? And does that indicate that area? I think that's where he died. Remember where the fire guy was and the
Yes.
three guys behind the table throwing
the
axes
barrels.
or whatever they were doing?
Yeah, the
Yes,
barrel,
that-
the barrel
that-
room.
Basically, Grimsby lived long enough to map like 99% of this dungeon.
I'm being quiet so it sinks in. Because
Well,
that was
very
a
well,
long
this-
time ago.
Oh yeah, no, I know. We Yeah,
This map is
no,
quite reasonable. I believe in one of the back corners, perhaps the left corner, there was a staircase down, if I'm not mistaken. However, if I'm mistaken, I know that it's close enough. It is hard to make out halfling script. They write in flowery decorations.
It
that
is
stalwart men do not understand.
Yeah, it is halfling handwriting does it's cursive basically. I mean it's readable but it's headache inducing.
you
Just like
want
halflings in
headache.
general.
You want headache inducing. I'll show you some documents before Carolingian minuscule.
Oof. All right, so where are you guys going? Are you breaking north or are you turning right and heading to the east? Be a neat trick if you headed west, though. Get out the picks. We're going through the wall.
Yeah, so I think if we've got that map, we want to identify where we are on it. I mean, I think I have an idea in my head, and
Okay.
And try to get to the end of that map. When he stopped drawing that, that's when
Okay.
we had to depart this place and do other things, and we finally got back. And all these gnolls, from Dirk's perspective, are under the command of whatever lies beneath.
Okay, so you guys are going to turn, you're going to go a little bit further north and turn right. Let me see if I can get you guys a good table view. Hang on a second.
Is that good with everybody?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a little bit more zoomed in. But if you look at the, and of course I don't have my pointer over here. Oh wait, here it is.
No complaints here, Zooms. I still have gas.
So,
Right on.
If you guys go down this hall here, where I am pointing at right now, that will take you towards the kitchen where you fought the large groups, the blind man who was standing in the fire pit, and so on.
Okay, so that was the kitchen. That's what
Yes.
I wasn't understanding. So we're actually very close to that.
Yeah.
That would be the way.
That's right, Bob. I have stick. All right, so I will. I'm going to try and give you guys a slightly better view. It will take me just a moment. Bear with me just a second, audience and players, while I do that.
You know, I watched Todd Cutler amongst other things, and this is relevant. Because both him and the History Squad, they love pointing at things using arrows. And every time I see Bill use that dowel for his miniatures there, it makes me want to buy him a handmade needle bodkin and ship it off to him. That way he can use it as a pointer.
We should just get him like a short sword. He can point with a short
What?
sword.
Yeah, what the hell is a needle bodkin? I've heard of such a thing, but
Okay, so the
Yeah,
needle
that question is that.
Okay, so the needle bodkin is kind of like if you put a nail on the end of an arrow. It's a long, square-cut arrowhead used for penetrating mail. It doesn't go through plate or anything like that. It can't. It's basically a nail on the end of an arrow shaft. It makes a really small hole, but a really deep one. as opposed to something like, say, a plate cutter or a Tudor bodkin, which are much stouter and broader, let alone something like a barbed broadhead, or let alone an animal felling broadhead like you'd use against, say, horses or domestic animals or deer.
See, everybody, you thought you were coming for Dungeons and Dragons. You get that and a history lesson. What else can you ask for on a Tuesday? No, I love it, man. It's great.
I'll ask a related
It's what I do.
question. What would you say? What would you say that thing's effect would be against various armor types if you had to quantify such a thing?
Today, or like modern armor types, or do you mean like historical?
I mean, like historical armor types. So let's say you have a traditional, at least historical in terms of AD&D, right? So let's say you have boiled leather armor, you have chainmail, you have plate mail, shield, those types of things.
Believe it or not, by the by, leather armor, boiled leather, whether in oil or wax or what have you, is actually really, really, really heavy. You'd be amazed. This idea that leather armor is light is utter BS. Anyway, I digress. It doesn't flex either because it's been hardened. Anyway, so against something like leather, it can still, a needle bodkin could penetrate. It was made to go through the gaps in mail rings and work its way there. It could go through something like an eye slit, or if we look at, say, evidence from Agincourt, Cressy, Poitiers, insert a half dozen other battles from the 100 Years' War, most soldiers that were actually hit by arrows were hit in the face. And that's because if you're wearing something like my favorite, a Hundskull, or a pig-faced bassinet for those who don't speak German, which is that long, pointed, snouted kind of looking helmet, the one that like looks really evil, you have to open it up because A, you want to be able to see because the eye slits are really narrow, and B, you want to be able to breathe because the breathe holes are really tiny. So normally you're hitting something like the face. So against heavy armor, like a good brigandine, which the phrases good and brigandine are oxymorons, if you couldn't tell. Plate mail, whether half or quote-unquote full plate, even though full plate is really a misleading term, but in terms of AD&D, it's going to do effectively nothing unless it catches them in the face. So you would think, if I was making rules for AD&D for these arrowheads, I would just at my home game, I let my players use broadhead arrows for like hunting animals, but I have them cut all the ranges in half because broadheads used for hunting animals, they're used at incredibly close range. We're talking 10, 20 yards. That's
right.
it.
Of course, the arrowhead's going to be heavier, which is going to disrupt the entirety of the flight.
There's two things going on here. So I used to design armor for the Army, for anybody who didn't know. And you have to have a strength of the material that is at least somewhat close to the strength you're hitting. You have to have a gap it can go through, and after that, it comes down to force per unit area, right? So if it had a much stronger point on the end, it could actually penetrate through because you basically have no surface area and a lot of kinetic energy.
Correct. And there's a difference between, we have period sources talking about what are called like plated heads or what are called sometimes steel heads. But they're not steel. They would have been case-hardened heads. Sometimes they're referred to as hardened heads, and we don't really know what these terms mean in situ, because we just have them mentioned here or there, and that's it. So the problem is arrowheads are made 90% of the time out of soft iron. They're not made out of steel. They're not made out of even mild steel, because they're expendable. You're meant to shoot hundreds of them over the period of a battle if you're an archer potentially. So it's one of those things that you're not going to spend a lot of money on. Though, and here's the funny thing, you talk about material sciences, we do have evidence that they waxed their arrowheads. And the difference between a plate cutter, a Tudor bodkin as an example, that has been waxed, and one that hasn't is night and day.
Interesting. Have to do some math on why that is.
We do have some evidence from, say, the Mary Rose find of case hardening on some of the arrowheads, but not all. And to be fair, much of that case hardening is like micro thin. Not even like a millimeter, right? So it's one of those things that, like, it could have just existed and then eroded away. or it could be, they just didn't do it as far as the Mary Rose find goes, just to take the most famous example. Anyway, sorry, Dooms, does that answer somewhat of your question?
Yeah, it did. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, thank you very much for your patience. This is the hallway that you are now moving down. You have presumably the entrance to the kitchen on the right, and I have two separate views of those, so you guys tell me which one works better for you, and we'll stick with that. Fred Winslow, thank you very much. Yes, it is pretty cool. I'm rather fond of it myself. All right, so you are advancing down the hall. Nothing has come to find you as you're moving in that direction, at least so far. All right, gents, so what do you do as you move on down the hall?
So is Don Drexel in front?
Is Don Drexel in front? You'll have to tell me.
Oh, yeah, I was muted. I've been talking, and now I'm annoyed.
Bummer.
Yeah, well,
Sorry,
headset mute instead of channel mute.
I've got that on my mic.
I want to be ahead, let's say 15 to 20 feet, right? As I'm sneaking up, trying to see if there's any traps and I'm not searching aggressively for traps. I'm cursorily searching as we go forward since we've been through here. So
Angrily searching for traps.
Yes.
Okay, you are certain that this hall is untrapped as you move down towards the opening on the right.
All right, yeah, I'm going to go to the corner and I'm going to look around that corner just using my my head. I'm going to lean forward and look down it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So many times players will try to look around using their foot.
Well, I mean, some people grab the wall and look around. I'm just Laurel and Hardying it. All right.
And I'm gonna hold the party back with an arm, to let him do whatever it is that he's doing.
Right on, right on.
Absolutely. We'll all stack up behind him like out of a cartoon, where it's like one of us is on the bottom, and then it's just like head stacking up.
Yes. Okay, now this is something that I should have had out here, and I apologize. But as you recall, and Durek, this is on your map. The back 30 feet of the hallway is a flight of stairs that goes up, not down.
Okay. Right, and I was pretty sure that in the inside of this room there was a flight of stairs that go down, and I would assume that this flight of stairs that go up do the same thing that wardrobe with the passage did, essentially go to the roof.
Right. Give me a D20 roll, Dooms. Hey, it's working now. Look at that.
Yeah, how about that?
Question, Bill.
Yes.
Does this I hate to use the word keep, but does this
Stockade.
Does this compound have a donjon?
That you have seen? No.
A tall central tower. It would have been easily the tall central tower of the keep, the donjon.
You have there.
We would have seen it.
I suppose, and the reason I'm asking this is this comes down. You and I are going to talk medieval architecture for a second, because this staircase goes up to a small, almost it's a second story, but it is perhaps 50 or 60 feet wide and maybe 20 or 30 feet deep. So would you consider that a donjon? I mean,
so the donjon, according what would then become dungeon into the English, is the highest, well, often the highest. It's considered the most secure place in a castle. It's usually the central tower of the castle, but not always. It could be backed up against a cliff where nobody could get to it. It could be off hanging over a cliff face where nobody could get to it, right?
No, you have not seen one. The Barbican and the Curtain Wall towers are taller than where you guys would go when you went up the stairs.
Okay, so there was no like big central tower that we would have noticed coming up. Okay,
Correct. Correct.
It
That
became the
hence my question about that you have seen.
Yeah, the turn became dungeon, and that's because people started putting prisoners as opposed to at the top of towers, at the bottom of the tower, buried under the castle, hence dungeon.
Today I learned. All right, so are you going, Kevin, looking around the corner, there's a door, it's closed.
Okay, and there's nothing in front of the door. How far in is the door? How far back does it go?
The hallway goes south 20 feet from the corner.
Okay. Do I recall this area being explored with Grimsby's map?
Grimsby's map marks everything that you're looking at so far clearly.
Okay. I'll head back to the party and explain to them that there's a closed door up there, but is that the direction we want to go, or do we want to go down?
Well, we have the stairway going upward.
Down?
I seem to remember, although my memory is a fog at this particular moment, I seem to remember that within that room there was a portal leading to a staircase to below.
Okay, so
I could certainly be wrong. It was a traumatic time when we were in here, and we fled with haste, as you were called.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, I'll plan on going up then. I guess that's the direction we're going. I'll search, see if I can hear anything at the door. You guys stand at the crossroad until I give you the signal.
Crazy
idea. That is a fair
idea.
plan.
Crazy idea. If we wanted to rest somewhere, I don't think that resting at the top of whatever these stairs is would actually be that bad of an idea. There certainly would be only one way they could get at us. If there is like a main central room above everything. Just an idea.
I thought we were trying to go down, not up.
Oh yeah, no. I'm talking about if we're
Indeed.
resting. Down is certainly more dangerous. I'm positive about that.
Elmanar the Brave says that he has us covered. I tend to believe him and take him as a man of his word.
Either that or I'll barbecue us all. One way or the other.
All right, so Kevin, looking down the hall, you're going to the door to listen at the door, correct?
That's correct. I'm going to sneak up as quietly as I can and try to listen to the door.
Listening at the door, you do not hear anything. Oh, and by the way, Wave of Mutilation, thank you very much for the super. Five Australian for the swear jar.
That's like 30 cents.
Yeah. Sorry, that's not a patch on you, Wave. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. I remember one night, so somebody threw me something, and it was it was in pesos from a South American country, and it was $5 or $10. And guys, if you super chat me, I appreciate it. I love you to pieces. I don't care what it is. Okay, I'm not. It's awesome, but it did kind of make, like, I glanced over and saw that 5 or 10 with 3 zeros behind it and about to have a heart attack. But the two things that stopped me was I was like, wait a second. It was Jorge Uribe. It was the equivalent of $5 or $10. And then I remembered, I think YouTube caps your super chats at like 250, like, well, 500 for the day and 250 max or something like that. But I'm not. Wave of Mutilation says, with the exchange rate, I owe him money.
That's only after the tariffs that you're putting in place.
Right. Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, for my audience in other countries, there are no tariffs on my super chats. I do not charge you a percentage for that. So
It's a joke.
all right. So are you listening up the stairs then, Kevin? As well? You don't have to. I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, what is it? Is it? Can I see all the way up, or is it? Is there a turn? You know what I mean?
No. The stairs just go up to a landing, and there's actually a door. There's a trap door at the top of the landing.
Is this the same one I came into before? The same trapdoor as before? I like 80 sessions ago.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
I think the one you're talking about there was actually out at the Barbican.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't have this map in my head, so
Yeah.
it's literally not there at all. So
No, that's
you're
that's
probably
fine.
correct.
I'll have to.
Well,
I'll have to knock on-
if I
Go
do
ahead.
know there's a trap door there, then yeah, I want to listen at the trap door as well
Okay.
before we move forward.
All right, so you are moving up to listen at the trapdoor. You hear noises beyond the trapdoor, gruff voices, rough humanoid voices, not the dulcet tones of humans or demi-humans. It's not common. It's not. So
Okay. I'll relay that. Is there anything we?
So what
could
do you
put-
think?
Is there anything we could put under here to? Does the trapdoor open up or down? Can I tell? It's probably up, right?
yeah, it hinges upwards.
Okay. Now there's no way to block that then, without making noise. So
The last time we went through one of those, I heard tales from the previous adventuring party. There was a scything blade and giant weasels behind it.
oh yeah, that's
Most unfortunate.
yeah. Let's not partake in that. That sounds quite awful and yeah. Let's just quietly go down and try to avoid that if possible.
If you give me a day, and I do mean give me a day, I could perhaps see if that's there. Speaking as the player here, looking to see if I know detect traps, if that's a level that I currently have, and
But we have this door right here.
yeah. Yeah, I do have
There's
fine
time enough
traps,
for
I
rest
just don't
in
have
the
it prepared.
grave.
Well, yeah, I don't think we have a day, do we?
I mean, we could search other things and then search this one last.
Well, perhaps we open this door before we are alerted, or before whatever's behind it is alerted to our presence. And maybe we can find a better fortified location in which to rest.
Yeah, if you want, I'll support you in that, and get ready to fight.
This would be a time for your blessing, kind priest.
Yeah, I'll cast bless first because people can be affected by prayer even if they're in melee. So I'll cast bless first.
Okay.
And Paul, you'll open the door, correct? Throw your considerable heft and you into it, and we shall rush in.
I can do that.
Wait for indication from our priest.
Alrighty.
Well, I'll get ready for who's opening. I'll support.
Me too.
Alrighty. Let me.
I'm going to be hiding in the back because I'm squishy.
Okay, so Holdor is casting Bless and Prayer, was it?
Prayer will come after, yeah.
Okay, so Bless first, Bless Ball, and then Prayer. Let me
Prayer
go
once the
around.
door's open, basically, yeah.
Oh,
I'm not
gotcha.
because I want that bless to last as long as possible.
I understand. Okay, let me go around and move this so you guys can see what you can see in the room a little bit better. I'll be right back.
I'm squishy, so I'm in the back.
You're good.
I have a dagger.
I have a rock.
I can make everybody move really fast.
I have rocks too, but they only hit Paul.
Or I can shoot lightning bolts and just kill everybody. I mean, you know, it's just.
I mean, if this room is big enough, you can definitely use that lightning bolt.
I still have spells as well, so
Yeah, that
Fireball's
haste is
a
super
bad
solid.
idea.
I mean,
I still have.
I
still
do
have
have
sticks to think.
2 webs, lightning bolt, fireball, and charm person. And
Oh,
wow,
you're
you got a
loaded
couple
up.
webs. You got a couple
Yeah.
webs, man. I'm going to stand behind you. And
Sorry,
shoot
Elminar,
that
but you're
one.
a trigger-happy spellcaster.
I got everybody out of a lot of trouble. And
he
you know,
also doesn't have much else to offer. I can attack with a sword. He doesn't really have that choice. Not for very long,
nobody-
anyway. Yeah.
Nobody complained when I was barbecuing stuff and getting us out of trouble, but now everybody's upset.
Oh, I'm not upset. I fully understand it. I'm just saying the reason why I have spells is I've been attacking with weapons instead of spells, because you've been
What-
attacking with spells.
What were
So-
those big 3
Exactly.
winged things? I think I killed 2.5 of them or something. But,
Yeah,
Nope,
yeah, that's the
okay.
Manticores.
yeah.
Yeah, you've
Yes.
done a great job with your spells.
Yeah, exactly.
And haste rather is that's a huge benefit.
Well, if that's the one I have left. So if we need it, I'm happy to use it.
Well, if you cast it 12 times, then I will have gained enough age to where I can move to the next tier of aging and get an ability score adjustment, which is what? Oh, I'll get to add a point of strength and a point of wisdom,
There you
which
go.
would be absolutely incredible. So
Definitely
yeah, cast that
perfect
thing
for
12
paladin.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be happy to
Awesome.
make you go quickly.
And you know,
I wonder what I-
what you could do, Tim, is if your character can't learn a spell because it failed to learn it, you could cast haste on yourself over and over and over again until you get to the next age category where you get an end point,
True.
and then you could try again.
Yeah. My dad used to tell me about doing that kind of thing when he was a kid and he was playing.
But with Bill as a DM, I think that would rank up there with the idea of bringing a Kender into one of his games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's obviously
Probably.
playing. You're playing the rules, right? Not the game. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love a wisdom increase because that might mean a bonus spell once I hit a wisdom of 17. So that could be kind of fun. I don't think going from a strength 9 to a strength 10 would affect me at all.
I have a higher strength than you? Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's-
Yeah, I am think of my character being a half elf as like being an ascetic bookworm who's been dragged forcibly out of college and just wants to sit and stare at stars all day. Like that's it. That's the only reason my character's here is because I happen to like owe the guy you're working for a favor. He's paid my college tuition.
Well, I actually am also a half elf, but I've got a strength of 10, but my wisdom sucks and my dexterity's not very good, so my constitution is not great either, but you know.
My dex is a 14, but it gets me nothing. My con isn't great. My charisma's not great. My int's not great. My strength's not great.
Charisma, I've got a 15. I could talk some barmaids into doing some weird stuff.
Yeah, I got nothing other than being a little wise, and like that's all I got.
Thank you guys for your patience. There you are at the doorway. You have or Paul has opened it. Let me tilt that a little bit and move my smiling face where I'm not maybe covering so much of it up.
All right, about time. See, I think it's that back left corner that had that passageway down. that we've been trying to get to for a long time.
Yes.
I don't know that. I think we opened the door and left it alone.
Okay, so
Closed it back up and.
Let me describe the room. It is dim and smoky. The fire pit is still here in the center of the room. There is a low fire going in it, but the coals are hot. And there it is before you, gentlemen. What will you do?
So first up, we don't see anything in terms of creatures?
Yeah, opening the door, you don't.
Is it because it's smoky in there? Or is it because we don't see anything directly in front of us for a distance of view?
I'm sorry, say again? I was a little confused.
Is it because we literally don't see anything, or is it because it's smoky and we can't see anything?
Oh, yeah, no, it's you don't see anyone in the room. It's not that smoky.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. If I recall,
right.
Last time
Go
I
ahead.
entered this room, there were guys to the left. Of this,
There were.
of this intersection. So, maybe we should peek around the corners first before fully entering,
Yeah,
so we know what we're getting into.
Let's send the dude into like the part on the right.
Oh no! I step around the corner to the left. Paul, take the right.
The dude's gonna wake the dungeon.
The dude,
He is the dungeon.
My poor
the dude is he is his feet, like he's stumbling on rushes and so on, and you can hear like as he moves through the room, but he is trying to move quietly. Like he is not being super flamboyant as he's moving across it. He knows there's danger in this room. Let me see if what do you guys think of that? So that's kind of what the room looks
Cool.
like isometrically. Let me move you guys in, and I will show you where you're at. Hang on just a moment.
Strange
Phillips,
things
is this
are
where you
afoot at the Circle K.
Fought the fire gimp is what they're calling him out in the audience land anyway. But yes, this is where they fought the fire gimp.
Yeah,
Hold on,
thankfully he's
everybody.
dead.
The fire gimp of Minecraft.
Yeah. Cool guy.
Okay,
Like,
who
cool.
here has seen the Minecraft movie yet?
I kind of want to, and the rest of me is afraid. I heard it was actually pretty good.
It's
And
got
like-
Jack
like-
Black in it. It can't be good.
also got-
That's
Wait a
true.
second.
And my kids.
Wait a second.
My kids actually want
wanna
to
go
go
on the
so-
17.
No, I mean, yeah, children don't have discretionary palettes for stuff, so they totally would be okay to watch Jack Black. But the rest of the adults see Jack Black and want to turn around and go the other direction.
Not sure what it says about
let
me
me
that I
guess,
actually
you
kind of
hate
like
Nick
him.
Well, but what do you like? Do you like his music stuff, or do you like him in King Kong?
Oh, it
no,
was
I like
terrible.
Oh,
in King Kong.
Black. I like Black and his music stuff.
See, most people like him because of the music stuff, but when he has a pure act role, not so good.
He
Right.
wasn't that bad in Goosebumps or whatever the hell it was called.
He was good in that one. He
I
really
haven't
was.
seen that, so maybe he's got something that I haven't noticed yet. But then again,
It's-
usually I see Will Ferrell, Jack Black, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
Will Ferrell's
I'll go
awful.
to the other movie, whatever other one there is.
You guys have
Okay.
to understand, when I'm not at work, I want as mindless as I can possibly get. And Jack Black qualifies for this.
True.
This is true. Mindless and there's also mindless and not dumb. So,
I'm gonna raise that the old cam 3 up just a bit, guys. I think we can get a slightly
Okay.
better angle. Hang on one moment.
Also, Tim,
Be right
thank
with
you. As one academic to another, in the sense that, like, seriously, thank you for saying that. There are so many academics I met, and I know you're not necessarily a strict academic, forgive the insult,
Well, not anymore,
But there are so many academics that I met. They're like, I read Foucault in my free time, and I just finished Derrida.
No, you don't. I used to share an office with a guy who won the Nobel Prize 2 years ago. In his spare time, I drove him home so drunk once he had to throw up on his front lawn. I guarantee you, serious academics don't do that kind of crap.
I'm over here watching SpongeBob. You know,
I'm telling you, that's the kind of stuff that happens. Like I'm a member of the National Academy, right? I've got friends who are. I've got friends who are Nobel laureates. When they're off work, it's not like, oh, we sit around having these intellectual comedy discussions. We're sitting around telling poop jokes because they're funny. And we just want to not have to think for a little while.
Also, to be fair, I'm in like the hard humanities in the sense that like the people I'm talking about are like philosophers and English professors and like history professors.
Yeah, they're not doing that crap either. Because I knew some of those guys from Harvard. They're full of crap.
Yeah, because God, it's a way to make you feel inadequate as a student.
I knew one from Yale also who was kind of like, oh, I read this, and I start asking him about it, and he's like, he'd never actually opened the book.
But no, seriously, thank you for saying that, because like, oh my God.
Okay, I think we've got a slightly better view of the room there.
Oh, that's perfect, actually.
Okay. As you all file into the room, trying to maintain a little bit of quiet, the room begins to fill with fog. A clammy, clinging fog begins to fill the room. And as it blankets the room, obscuring your vision except for perhaps a few feet in front of you, you hear a voice from the far corner where you know the staircase is. I didn't know that supper was being served. I was told that the intruders meant that there would be no supper. So.
Your death awaits. That is for certain.
Well then, come forward and we will see whose death awaits. Then there is an ear-piercing whistle, like somebody, I can't do it and I wouldn't do it if I could, you know, whistles. Let me switch. I think we may need a better cam view here. So currently I have the dude has advanced into the middle of the room and he says, "Hey y'all, I like smoke machines and everything, but this is a little much. I have Paul going to the left. I have Durek going to the right. I have Don Drexel over here by the door. I have Holder here in the doorway, and just to his right and slightly behind, I have Elminar. Is that where you guys want to be right now? If it's not,
Mine looks good.
Tell me where you would have preferred to have been, and I will move your miniature there.
I'm good where I'm at. Where Don Drexel is anyway.
Okay.
I'm not so happy where I'm at specifically, but Don Drexel's okay.
Would you rather me silence or blind this person? Real talk.
And well, you would have to see him or something, I guess. But
well,
you got
an area
off,
of silence, an area of silence, I can just drop it.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure, if you know the dimensions of the room and such. But you dropped a bless before we came in here, right?
I did, yeah. Bless is still going. Bless is still going, yeah. Because I'm thinking about trying to blind this person, or just before even trying to pray. Because I think it's a hag, and that puts the fear of God into me. Very few things do.
Do what you feel best.
Okay, so let's get some declarations. Dooms, what are you doing?
All right, so I can't see much, right?
You can't see much at all, no.
Just a few feet in front of the face, so I'll just kind of cover up with my shield in my left arm. and have my sword at the ready.
Okay.
And see if circumstances change.
Alrighty. And bless, by the way, in case anyone is curious about this, first of all, it covers a huge area. You guys would have to deliberately try to get out of the bless. Raises the 2 hits of friendly creatures by +1. It increases your morale, but you're all player characters, and nobody but Paul would potentially flee, and I don't think Paul will flee. It lowers the morale and lowers the 2 hits of your opponents. So you're okay where you are. You're going to face whatever you face. Paul calls out over his shoulder. What's the play, Commander?
Stay still until you can see the creature.
Okay.
If necessary, cover your ears.
All right. Thane, what about Holder?
I'm going to pop a prayer because I don't have line of sight, and this room is too big for me to sufficiently silence.
Okay. Tim, how about Elminar? Waiting to see if you got a target?
I'm going to wait and see, because if it's a hag, for the audience, if you don't realize that, hags are fairly magical resistant, so it turns out to be haste is about the only option here.
Which may be the best option.
Yep.
Okay. And Kevin, what about Durek?
You mean Don Drexel? Yeah.
I'm sorry, Don Drexel.
Yeah.
Too many D's.
Durek. I'm calling Durek what to do these
Don
days.
Drexel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's like Ratatouille grabbing his hair.
I want to cast web, but since I don't see anybody, I'm just gonna have my scimitar ready for the time being.
Okay.
Right, I didn't see this person speaking or whatever it is.
You didn't see them speaking.
Yeah.
The fog kind of poured out from over in the far corner, quickly filled the room, and you did not see them.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna have my scimitar out ready in case something shows up in my face.
Okay.
Do we have like a fan of blowing or like anything like that as far as anything that generates wind?
No.
I think we're all fans of blowing.
Yikes. All right, so let's go ahead and roll initiative. We're just going to start at the top of the order, and hopefully I can keep it straight this time. Doom's roll initiative for me, please.
All right, just so you guys are aware, on the cart we had a Quell's Feather token fan. I didn't take it because I'm limited on the number of magic items that I can possess. And that's out of character for me, but it's on the cart. So if somebody wants to run back real quick.
I thought we had something like that.
Nobody took it.
I completely did. I never checked the cartoons. I'm not gonna lie. I don't.
Okay, this by the way is just a dice test. I tried moving camera elements around. Well, yes, there we go. Okay, I just had the screen over the dice on accident. Okay.
There wouldn't have to be any magical plate on the cart, would there, man size?
All right. So, what did we get for initiative? I rolled a 2. Dooms. Roll initiative, please. The party rolled a 6. Whatever you're preparing to do, including prayer, has now gone off. So prayer, I believe prayer adds a +2, doesn't it?
I thought it was just 1. Let's see here. Yeah,
no.
It's
He
plus
said 2.
1.
Let's go with 2.
I know. I'm awful. It's a +1 on friendly attacks and saving throws, and a -1 to the enemies. So it's like a +2, but not really.
Okay, so you're getting a +2 in toto because of protection from evil and because of prayer. You break out those beads and start working them.
Well, and bless. Don't forget bless.
And yes, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you've got a total of +2 with the bless and the prayer. You hear the creaking of a door opening in the distance. A voice calls out, Come on out, friends, but leave some succulent bits for me. Doomsword, there is a door that you could see until the room began to fill with fog. To your right, you can just make it out. It is quickly pulling open. Paul yells, something's coming out of a door over here, Captain.
Indeed it is, and it shall meet its death.
All right, so Tim, what are you doing?
I will be casting haste on this group of people.
All right, so you're casting haste ball in the next round. Daniel Rowan, this is Democracy Manifest. I understood that reference, Daniel. Okay, new round, and this is where stuff got real. Dirk, you're gonna Dirk is gonna fight whoever comes out that door, correct?
Yeah, so the haste is being cast this round.
The haste is being cast in this round.
I'll stay put.
It lasts for 3 rounds plus 1 round per level, so 9 rounds.
So
Right.
You've got it a good while. Holder is casting haste. Tim Elminar is holding fast, right?
Wait, what? I'm not casting haste.
I'm casting.
I'm sorry, backward. What is Holder doing in this round?
I'm going to go ahead and cast Spiritual Hammer.
All right. Boom. You're going to get your spiritual hammer up. Tim is casting haste. What is Don Drexel doing?
I'm getting ready to cast web. And I'm going to dance. You can't touch this. For his hammer time.
Okay. All right. You hear from somewhere in the fog. You hear your dowdy thief there, the dude, say, "Something's coming out of the door over here." Let's roll initiative.
Delay them.
And I'll do my best. Tim, roll initiative, please.
Roll initiative. This is not good.
I got a 6.
I got a 2.
Okay. All right. So, Dooms, something moves out of the door, and you can see there are 3 humans armed with spears. I'm going to put the miniatures out in front of you. We're going to switch over. You hear Paul say, "Ha! Have at you!" So he's obviously dealing with something over there as well. So I will switch camera views, and I will give you guys hopefully much more dynamic picture of what's happening. After I set some miniatures out, I mean.
I'll be right back.
Oh, sure. Leave it to us. That's not good. So do you think somebody should email Rick Astley and ask him for a list of things he would actually do? Nobody? Nothing?
What would you do for
he's
Klondike Bar?
Yeah, he's a fan of not doing stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wonder if he would do...
What would he give up?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'll do a new, worldwide travel scene, singing that song.
Yeah, well,
I
Phil
actually
Collins-
I like the guy personally. I like the song actually, even though
I do
it's
too,
it's
but it's
a
so
security
weird.
nightmare. But
yeah. No, I think Phil Collins did that whole travel around the world thing on Take Me Home, right? They just put it in 19 different places.
hey, if that's what you do well, right? How do you make the funds?
And at the end of it, his wife is like, "Where have you been?" And he says it. She's like, "You've been at the pub." Which was, of course, his first ex-wife.
Got to make that money, I guess, and do stuff. I'm not famous, so I have no idea what the enticements are. Travel sucks.
Dude's worth $250 million. I don't know.
Right.
All right. That's not a great... Do you guys want me to try and get a better camera angle on that? Or is that good?
That looks pretty chaotic, so I think that's good.
Okay, so the dude is
Yeah,
off
that's good
somewhere in
here.
the fog. You have a group fighting in front of you, or a group ready to fight. I said spears. It's swords. It was that other S weapon.
Damn it! Well,
So
that ruins my sticks to snakes plan. Thanks, Bill.
sorry. Well, here we're gonna. Doom's protection from evil is -2. Prayer is -1. So that basically becomes a 14. And now we look at the charts because we use charts around here, folks. That's how we roll.
And I'm AC 0.
Your AC.
You
0.
basically can't hit him, is what he's saying.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I,
he
if
can.
I can.
Well,
That-
he's like
The way
AC.
those monster matrices chart out, they can be pretty brutal.
Yeah, I mean,
They are getting like a -2 though from like the Prot E and from the prayer though.
Yeah. Prot E, prayer, and bless are keeping them pretty suppressed. Let's see. These guys are. Oh, they're not even as powerful as I thought. But let's see. Yeah, so that doesn't come close to hitting you. So that was the first one, and you have 5 facing you. The second one also misses. The third one misses. The fourth one misses. And the fifth one misses. Over against Paul. The first one misses. The second one misses. The third one misses. And the fourth one misses. Okay, so all attacks were missed. And speaking of mist, from somewhere in the mist in front of you, you hear a blood-curdling scream from the dude as he says, "Oh God, it's horrible!" And then a cackling laugh. Okay. Haste goes off. You guys are attacking twice around. Everyone meleeing. It does not
Excellent.
improve. It does not improve the speed of your
Spells.
your spells, but it does improve the speed of your attack.
Does that mean I can throw my hammer twice though?
You know, that is actually a good question. Let's see about the you're not throwing spiritual hammer. Spiritual hammer is kind of like dancing sword. It manifests,
Weird.
it goes out and it attacks. It is effectively a melee attack. I would say yes. I would say yes. You can attack twice with it. So
That might be the
Dooms,
most effective thing I can do here.
make your attacks, please.
All right, so normally I'm at a +1. This will instead be at a +3 due to the
Yes.
cumulative effects of prayer and bless, correct?
Yes.
All right, come on, make this count. That's AC 3.
AC 3, you absolutely hit. And this is because you've got like what a +2 sword now or something insane like that.
A +1, +3
+1.
versus regenerating creatures.
Okay. All right. Slice. You stab it.
All right, and this doesn't happen to be like a lower than 1 level type of creature.
No,
Right.
Unfortunately not. It's not that good.
That'd be sweet. Yeah, so 5 points of damage on the first attack.
All right. So yeah, it hated that. It screams in pain. Or he screams in pain. It's a person, not a monster. He screams in pain. Meanwhile, Paul says, "I feel so fast! I'm gonna attack! Ha 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 ha! Take this!" Go ahead, Dooms, and make your other attack.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. This
1,
is
2,
haste, man.
3. Got it. Yes, sir.
That is a hit.
natural 20.
Were you attacking the same target?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I attack until they're chopped to pieces.
All right. Roll your
If
damage.
they still stand, my mission has failed. 5.
Okay. That is 1 down. So you now
Sweet.
face 4. Paul makes 2 attacks. Both our 9s become 10 11s. Let's see. Those actually probably hit. Ooh. I'm gonna double check that. Yes, Paul hit both times.
Excellent.
And with
Nice.
yeah, Paul basically cleaves one of these things from shoulder to hip. The fellow cries out once and falls dead. Okay, so Kevin, you cannot see a target. It is foggy to within like just a few feet in front of you. The dude. What is the AOE of haste, please?
I'm gonna have to. It's 4x4, I think.
So 4x4, and I had said he was moving forward, so he's some distance off.
I think there's I think that extends for. Yeah, it's a 4x4 area. But it does have a 6-foot range, so.
Yeah, you could drop it like a little bit ahead of the party, I guess, and then get us, and then maybe get him.
Okay, so you have cast Spiritual Hammer. You've got a glowing silver hammer hovering in front of you, but you currently have no targets. Kevin Don Drexel does not have targets for his web.
Can I use my hasted action to move in?
Absolutely, you can move double your hasted your speed right now. Did you ditch stuff so you're moving faster, or are you still slowed?
I'm still relatively slow. There's not much I can afford to ditch there, DM.
I understand. I just wanted to make sure that, if you had laid down your backpack somewhere and I had forgotten it,
No,
okay,
it's okay.
so
no,
you
I'm
can
just
move
going to advance in.
60 feet. You're just going to go 60 feet into the room?
I'd like to go 30 feet and see if I can hit anything.
Okay. Let me move your miniature.
Yeah, I really don't want to be more than 30 feet away from the party because of prayer, etc. So that's where I'm gonna stop. If you guys move up with me, you guys move up with me. But
okay, yeah, you get there and you can feel the heat from the coals, but I mean it was already kind of smoky, so you very faintly see a red glow from this huge fire pit. And I just want to point out that the dude's miniature being here, you can't see him. He's just over in that area somewhere right now. So you've moved there. Not much really to do now.
that's fine.
Okay. So, Dirk, you're going to continue to battle. Paul is going to continue to battle. I actually only rolled 1 attack for Paul. He gets another swing. I almost forgot. And he hits again. Or wait, no, I rolled 2 attacks for Paul. I did roll 2.
Yeah, you rolled them at the same time.
Yeah,
That's probably what made it
that's-
confusing.
Yeah. My apologies to players and audience alike. All right, so that will conclude the round. New round. We're in declarations. Durek, you're going to continue to slay.
Absolutely.
So is Paul. Thane, what is Holder doing? You are
I'm not
out there
seeing
in the
anybody,
fog.
right?
You are not seeing anybody.
I don't think this is going to make any difference, but I'm going to try and cast continual light.
Okay. All right, Tim, how about Elminar? I think you've used all of your utility spells.
I am worthless at this point, so I'm going to stay out of the way.
All right. And finally, Kevin, what is Don Drexel doing? You hear the sounds of battle to your immediate left and your immediate right.
Okay. I'm going to assume I'm hearing a lot more combat from the right, right?
It's
a lot more armor.
It's a fracas. You're not sure.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move. Can I see Durik at all? Or is it it's so foggy I can't even see him? He's like 10 feet away, right?
There's a lot of vague shapes. You're not sure which one is Durik.
Okay.
You know he went to the right. That's about the best information you've got.
All right. I'm going to move to the right. And if I see something, I'll engage. If it's not Durik. I'm hoping I could know which one's him.
Okay.
Throw a sling bullet in.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right. We have declarations, and TK, I believe I accidentally skipped over you in the initiative order. Will you roll initiative for the party, please?
Sure. Happens. It happens
with
with me playing a pacifist. It's pretty easy to skip.
Yeah, but you got an easy initiative this time.
Yeah, there it is. Sorry, tabs. Let's see. 5.
All right. Party will go first. So let's give it over to Dooms. Make your 2 attacks, please.
I don't think
that's AC 3.
That will hit. That will absolutely hit.
And that's 9 points of damage.
That's 9 points of damage.
The second attack. It's even better. Let's see. Come on, big money on the 8. Look at that. 9 and 9. 18 points.
You slay another one. All right, so you now face 3. Paul also faces 3. Paul will make his 2 attacks. Everyone hears that. Paul will face 2 attacks, or make 2 attacks.
And whoever's in the range of this haste, add a year to your age.
That is correct. You do get... well, wait. I know a potion of speed ages. I'll have to double check. I'm so often on the... Thanks. I'm so often on the DM side. All right.
my dad was always vehement about that. He was. It was one of those things that he's like, yes, it always adds a year. It always adds a year.
All right. So...
Yeah. Yeah, it does age them.
So
it says
who was
the spell ages...
I'm sorry, there was some crosstalk.
It says the spell ages the recipient due to speeded metabolic process, its material components, whatever. So, yeah, it says it ages you, but it doesn't say by how much.
You know what? I will check the Dungeon Master's Guide for that. It's not a problem right now. It's not like you drop 30 haste spells or something. Okay, so Dooms, you have killed 2. Paul has killed 2. And you're just shuffling, Thane, you're just shuffling around trying to, or no, you're casting continual light.
No, I'm casting continual light. I'm trying to illuminate
right.
this fog or smoke and see if we can at least see shadows.
Okay. I'm going to come back to you in just a second.
It's 6 segments.
It is 6 segments. That's fine. Kevin Don Drexel has moved up and is now close enough to Dooms. Do you want to attack with your scimitar?
Yes. Now, was I affected by haste or not?
Yes, you're
Okay.
affected by
All right.
haste.
So, do I get 2 attacks, or is it because of
Yes.
the movement I only get 1? Okay.
No,
Cool.
no. You were
All
close
right.
enough that it was literally just a step up into melee.
All right. I will attack twice then. Let's do the first one plus 3. That's a natural 20. So
That is
23.
an
Brilliant.
absolute hit.
And it's D8 for this.
Cinema.
And unfortunately, it's 4 points of damage. Minimum.
Unfortunately, only 4 points of damage. Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
Are you adding prayer and bless?
I'm not actually, but it's only for hit, right? It's not damage anyway.
Correct.
Neither one of those. I thought bless at least.
I'll double check bless right now, but I'm almost positive because cleric spells very rarely add to damage.
Okay, yeah, it isn't bless. There's one of them
Yeah,
that
it's not
does
bless.
though. Maybe it's chant. I'm thinking of.
I don't.
I think Aid from Unearthed
Aid,
Arcana
yep.
was
Aid
the
does.
one who broke that open.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It does.
All right, so
12 for my second.
12 for your second, and you are thief 7. Yes.
Yes.
All right, thief 7.
I'm also magic user 6, but that isn't going to be better.
And that was 12 in toto, correct?
12 with my mods. No, that doesn't include the bless and so that would be 14.
Then you hit.
Okay. And it's 11 points of damage this time.
It's 11
Nice.
points of damage. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just conveniently put that there and say you
John
did that.
Drexel's pretty badass with that sweet scimitar.
Yes, he is.
It does help.
Okay. Half a moment.
And this haste is kicking ass, Tim. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Holder. Continual light. The tiny bead of illumination springs from your hand. The gray miasma of fog and smoke mixed together become a hazy white. You still can't quite see through it, but now you can at least make out shapes. You see the somewhat small stature of what surely must be the dude standing off in front of you to your left. Something towers over him. And it is then that you hear a blood-chilling scream of pain as you can see great, mighty, thewed arms grab him and rend him and bite him.
He should be retreating.
And call him George.
Let's see. So that's going to be... And... Actually, that's not the one I wanted to roll. It's going to be... Okay. Does anybody know how many hit points the dude had? I don't have his sheet in front of me.
I had his old sheet. I don't have his new one.
Okay. Yeah. You just see him get like he is moving away, but he gets grabbed and jerked up off his feet, and you can just make out this shape. You hear horrible screams. You hear splatters of blood. He's thrashing around weakly. Yeah, something terrible is going on over there. And that is where we're going to leave it tonight. So next week, folks, we continue this Goddard Damarung battle. Once again, the party faces an unknown terror. In the kitchen, of the Slavers Stockade. I want to thank all of my players for being here. Doomsword Deathmaster, check him out at Doomswords on YouTube as Dirk Donagard the Paladin, excuse me. We have Thane Kyle at D and Disability on YouTube as Holder the Cleric. We have the inestimable Tim Imholt. You can find him at Timothy Imholt here on YouTube as Elminar the Magic User. And last but not least, hey man, you don't need no YouTube channel. We had Kevin playing Don Drexel the Thief. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. I want to give a big shout out to those of you who threw in super chats. I loved it. Wave of Mutilation, Gonzalo Lira's Bar Tab. He's putting my kids through college, folks. Thank you all very, very much. And hey, as rough as this encounter might go, to my players I say, it could be worse. It could have been an owlbear. Peace to you all. I will see you tomorrow night.
Have you seen my owlbear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owlbear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me